So yesterday, the executive producer of Battlefront 2, John Wasilchek, the associate design director, Dennis Brandval, and one of the multiplayer producers, Paul Kesslin, held an AMA on the Star Wars Battlefront 2 subreddit. Long story short, not much has changed with the game. Loot boxes, still in the game. Microtransactions, still in the game. The loot crate system and how it's tied to your progression is something that EA is really adamant about, and it's something that they're not going to get rid of. But on a positive note, it does sound like from the developer AMA that they're at least trying to make things a little less unsettling and a little less grindy, so that's a positive. Alright, so here are just a few of the questions from yesterday's AMA. Alright, so let's start off with a positive comment. Okay, so this question is, what do you plan to do to repair the backlash you've received, and are you worried this will have serious impact between you and the consumers? Alright, so the response from the Vesta King, who is Paul Kelson, jumping into this AMA is just one of the ways we want to start to repair the bridge to our players. Lots of people told us that we shouldn't do this, as it wasn't going to go like we hope it would. That said, we are committed to continuing this dialogue even if we need to face some harsh feedback. We welcome the discussions and criticisms. We're not just here for the praise, although it's nice to hear, and we'll continue to be here and on our forums talking to our community as we strive to work with you to make a Star Wars game you enjoy. And this comment right below is actually kind of funny. We're not here just for the praise. You're in luck. You're in luck. If you guys are looking for positive praise, this is not the time or the place. Alright, so here's the next question. Even among game journalists, the progression system sticks out as the clear sore point in what otherwise looks like a very well-made game, to the point that for many it is souring the whole experience. Are you considering radical changes to this system? Is there anything you have decided you won't change? So the response from John Wasilchek, who is a Was Dice, I think this concern has come through loud and clear. We're going to continue adjusting the crate system's content and progression mechanics to hit a point that gives players a great bounce experience at all skill levels. We're working on expanding the number of ways that players can progress, putting more control in their hands, and providing more options and choice in the way people play. There's not much in the game that we wouldn't revisit to improve the game for as many players as possible. So I guess the not much that they won't revisit is the pay-to-win aspects and the loot crate systems. Like they say down here in the comments. There you got it. There you know it. They're on it. Alright, so the next comment. Are you aware that it will take a gamer who plays 2 hours per day over 6 years in order to unlock all of the content? Don't you think that this is a bit unfair that a large portion of content will be inaccessible for those who have other responsibilities like work, school, in a game they paid for? 2. Will you be looking to lower the number of microtransactions in the future? And then point number 3, do you have any comment on the cooldown to the earn credits? Will it be lowered or removed in the future? Any concern that this will make the grind even more challenging for players who don't buy microtransactions? And the developer's response is, we've seen the speculation about how long it takes players to earn things, but our averages based on the first play trial are much faster than what's out there. But as many players come in, that could change. We're committed to making progression a fun experience for all our players. Nothing should feel unattainable, and if it does, we'll do what it takes to make sure it's both fun and achievable. And as we update and expand arcade mode, we'll be working towards making sure that players can continue to progress without daily limits. They say that the numbers are floating out there are speculation. Okay, that's fine, and you say that it's going to come in faster. That's fine. Can we get some sort of definitive number? Can we get at least a rough number? Can you give us some idea? Because just saying that it goes faster doesn't really tell us much. Like it was reported that it takes about 6 months in order to unlock everything in the base game. So if you say that the progression is much faster than what's out there, like technically it could be, I don't know, instead of let's say 6 months, it could be 5 months, or it could be 5.5 months. I mean, you're not lying. People are getting it faster. That's still a great deal of time to have to invest into getting everything unlocked. This could be taken care of so easily. Now, I don't know why they don't want to put out those numbers. I'm sure there's some sort of reason, but it seems like things would be so much easier. Like if what he's saying is true, based on the numbers that they have, based off the data that they have, that players can earn things a lot faster, why wouldn't you just put a definitive answer out there just to end this quote-unquote speculation once and for all? Alright, so here's another question, but this one's kind of long. You guys could read it if you want, but I'm just going to read the response. Regarding the second part of this question, we're constantly looking at the rate that players are unlocking crates and star cards, and will continue adjusting values to make sure that players are able to progress towards their goals without it feeling like a grind. We're also going to be adjusting end of match rewards as we revisit the system to reward people differently based on the way they play. So basically, he's just saying that we're looking into it. And then on the same question, you have Dennis Brandval, who is D_firewall. He makes a comment as well. I'll take question 1. I think crates can be a fun addition as long as you don't feel forced to engage with them in order to progress. It feels that's where the issue is with our game right now, and that's where we'll look to solve as quickly as we can. We're looking to add additional ways to progress your favorite character or class, while allowing crates to be a fun thing for those who want to engage with them. And so like this commenter says right here, the issue is I'm paying a premium price for a free-to-play model. 100% agree. All right, and here's the last question and answer that I'm going to read. You guys could definitely check it out on the Reddit page. I'll leave a link in the description if you're interested in the whole thread and more of these questions and answers. So here's the question. As a father with young kids, the two things that I lack are time and money. For all players like myself, with the vertical progression of the star card system, how can we progress in-game and stay on even footing with those that have hours upon hours to grind daily, and those that are willing to throw down money on loot crates for power increases via star cards and hero unlocks? Okay, and here's the developer's response. Mainly through matchmaking, we take into account not only your gameplay skills, but also inventory and time played when we match players together in multiplayer. You should not ever be match made together with players who are much better than you are. Ultimately, your effectiveness is going to come down to skill, not the star cards that you have. If it doesn't feel that way, we'll see it at our end too. Our data will tell that story and we'll make adjustments. We'll look at results from millions of matches, and we'll be continuously rebalancing items, unlocks, and matchmaking to create a fair, fun experience for all our players. Beyond that, all star cards have maximum values regardless of how they are unlocked. So I guess the story here is they're trying to make an intrusive mechanic as non-intrusive as they can. They're trying to get the matchmaking balanced as much as they can. They're going to go through the data, and they're going to constantly be changing things and rebalancing things in order to kind of get it right. So with that said, I want to know what you guys think about this. Are you still going to buy Star Wars Battlefront 2 when it launches? Or is it a bargain buy now? Or is it a no buy now? Oh, and I will say this. Props to the DICE developers. They walked into a metaphorical lion's den that was the Star Wars Battlefront subreddit, and I'm sure they knew full and well that the answers that they were allowed to give the fans were not going to go over well. Yet they still went in, they tried their best.
You tried your best, and you failed miserably. The lesson is, never try.
And they at least tried to establish some sort of line of communication between the fans and the company. Alright everyone, so that's it for this video. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did, feel free to hit it with a like, share, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. But until then, lights out. EA Sports, it's in the trash.